Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Hey guys, we're your hosts, Em and Jay, and today we're giving some quick thoughts on Masters of the Universe Revelation, which just premiered. We're gonna review every episode individually, but right now we want to give our thoughts on part 1 overall. We're gonna be talking about spoilers in this video, so here's your spoiler warning if you want to check the show out first and then come back, although if I'm being honest, I wouldn't recommend it. In the end, all the rumors were true, and the crew have been proven to have been lying the whole time, which is extremely frustrating, and it's not gonna do well for their PR. And I have no idea why they insisted on lying. I can guarantee this show would not have been so poorly received if they had just been upfront from the beginning. If they wanted to make the Teela show, then that's fine, but don't lie about it. All the deceit, backpedaling, and semantics just makes them look really bad. And of course I'm not going to apologize for anything, even though they gave Clownfish TV grief for over a year, only for them to be vindicated in the end. The show's a lot different than what was advertised. It has little in common with the original, and even if you call it a spiritual successor, it still is very much doing its own thing. It has a star-studded cast, and I think that's both a good and bad thing. On the one hand, these are great actors, but on the other hand, their voices can be a little distracting. Like, for the most part, Teela just sounds like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Skeletor just sounds like the Joker. Also, Kevin Conroy is a little out of place as Merman. I just personally don't think that casting was right for that character, even though I love Kevin Conroy. The show isn't very newcomer-friendly. They don't really do much to establish the characters or what's going on, but things happen really quickly, so I wouldn't be surprised if people who aren't too familiar with the show end up getting confused or not that invested in the characters, but I also can't really recommend it to people who do know the franchise. Despite the show being heavily marketed as a sequel to the 80s cartoon, and even direct quotes from Kevin Smith claiming it's a sequel, it's really not. Smith eventually started saying that it's a spiritual successor to the original show, but not until just before the show premiered. Basically, instead of making more Masters of the Universe, they made Masters of the Universe whatever they wanted it to be.
Every time I watch the show, I'd be like, he's so metal. This guy's a living skeleton and they won't stab each other. One day, someone should make them stab each other. And that's what we did with Revelation and shit.
There's definitely a lot of stabbing, but did they really have to mislead the fans like this? It wasn't just the words from Kevin Smith and all the articles. A lot of promotional material for this show used He-Man and Skeletor specifically. There were posters, stop-motion animations, meme remakes, all with He-Man and Skeletor. But in reality, the two are barely featured. They even released a preview clip from episode 3 that made the show look like a classic He-Man adventure, but it was actually just a flashback scene. Of course, they made sure not to frame it that way in the clip. Gotta keep that lie going after all, can't be honest. They baited us with all this He-Man and Skeletor promises, and then they switched them out for Teela. It's really weird that Teela didn't get a figure in Wave 1, because this is her show. Also, our silly Curb Your Enthusiasm video was 100% accurate.
Time after time, you try to take this castle, but you will never succeed, Skeletor.
Did just want that to be a meme. They skipped out on a Teela figure for Wave 1, but they spoiled the ending of the first part with a figure. Genius. They should have moved the Skelegod figure to Wave 2 and moved the Teela figure to Wave 1. It would have made a lot more sense. I'm also unhappy with the Adam He-Man disrespect in this show. Adam sacrifices his life to save everyone, but Teela is more upset that he kept his secret superhero identity from her than the fact that her friend died. It was really hard to like Teela as we followed her through the show. I mean, she gets to see Adam again, and she lectures him about dying and how that affected her. Skeletor was gonna set off a magical nuke. This is so inappropriate. There's also a lot of death in this show, and we're not really against killing off characters, but like we've been saying, if there's still potential for them in the story, then killing them off will be frustrating. For example, we were really excited for Mossman because he's voiced by Alan Oppenheimer, who was the original voice actor for Skeletor, and we were really excited that he got to be included, but in the end he only had like one line, and then they immediately killed him off. Which was way too easy, by the way. Why'd they even bother if that was all they were gonna do with him? And of course, they kill Orko, which Kevin Smith managed to spoil just before the show dropped. And honestly, I'm not mad. I'm just annoyed and disappointed. They also managed to kill or sideline basically every male character, because they can't elevate women without sidelining men, which just makes it look like they believe that women women can't stand on our own. Thanks. The whole thing is just edgy and ridiculous. They even managed to kill off Adam twice. I'm not sure what Mattel was thinking. Let's be honest, the reason why they made this show was to capitalize on the fandom, but this is the way they treated us, and this is the way they treated our beloved characters. But hey, at least Kevin Smith finally got to see Masters of the Universe characters stabbing each other, but I'm gonna be surprised if this doesn't affect the sales. So those are our initial thoughts. We'll go into a lot more details when we review the episodes. This was just such a PR nightmare. At least Netflix's She-Ra was honest about what it was. I really hope Hollywood gets off of this whole subverting expectations kick they've been on lately, and just get back to focusing on storytelling. But that's our opinion. What do you guys think? We'd love to hear from you, so leave your comments down below. Before we go, we want to give a shout out to @BunBunBra on Twitter for this awesome piece of fan art. It's really fun and playful, so thank you so much. We love it. We'd also like to give a shout out to our members: Caleb Nelson, Stutania, Tyrant Carnivore, Adam K, Shiny Orc Boy, The Rabbit Mancer, Hunter Rose, General Bolivar, Depth Charge Media, Samaru163, Kopitio Bozinski, Gabby Hime, Sandy Martin, Verdant Range, Butcher7 Actual, Dashhound, and Bandito Bane. Thank you all so much for the support. If you'd like to become a member, you can hit the join button next to the subscribe button. We also have a buy me coffee if you want to support us that way. But if you enjoyed this video, you can leave a like and subscribe to the channel to see more content from us. That helps us out a lot too, and it's free. So thank you all again, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye everyone. Bye guys.